Oh, what the heck, just stick it in. Welcome to On the Board for December 28th to January 3rd.
Alright, so we're going to stand off here. It's going to be like an art movie. Where nothing is in focus, where everyone's off to the side. So new releases last week, so they aren't really new releases at all. They're just...
Get on with it!
New old releases. We have this thing, which poops out TIE fighters like nobody's business. The Imperial Assault Carrier for the Star Wars X-Wing miniatures game. For the Imperial Assault, the Return to Hoth expansion. For Lord of the Rings, the Dread Realm. One does not simply walk into the Dread Realm. No, it doesn't have the same. No, it doesn't. It's not the same. We have the missions expansion for Galaxy Trucker. For those fans of Euro Truck Simulator, we've got something for you. Hey, don't bag it. We have the Big Book of Madness. What is that even? For Game of Thrones 2nd Edition. Is the card game 2nd Edition, or is it the Game Edition 2nd? Is the Game of Thrones 2nd Edition? So it's a Taking the Black expansion for that. And finally, for the Star Wars card game, Solo's Command.
And now for some news. Games Workshop announced that they are taking orders for the new Gaunt Summoner. And now for the next 30 minutes of Fantasy Flight Games news. Fantasy Flight put out a preview of the Alien Invasion expansion for the End of the World role-playing game. Kind of cool. Imperial Assault Alliance Smuggler Ally Pack was announced and had a little bit of a write-up on that guy. Fantasy Flight released a whole slew of rules and FAQ updates for a bunch of different games between November and December. They include Android Netrunner, Game of Thrones the card game, Star Wars Imperial Assault, Star Wars Armada, Star Wars the X-Wing miniatures game, Warhammer 40,000 Conquest. Fantasy Flight Games also released a new round structure for their tournaments, continually working with how to work within games that end with a point value given to each player versus a simple win versus loss scenario. So there's all those write-ups and everything in the description, links to all that jazz. And now for some actual news. Asmodee Games, or now Asmodee North America, and the owner of a number of other publishers, including Fantasy Flight Games, has now released a press statement on the 17th of December and kind of a QA explanation of that press release on the 21st. Asmodee came out and said that all of their brick-and-mortar retail distributors are no longer allowed to sell their products online as of January 1st, 2016. Now, this goes hand in hand with another requirement that brick-and-mortar stores become an Asmodee Games specialty retailer, as it's called. While this doesn't give them essentially the rights to sell online, it appears this is mostly how they can continue to carry Asmodee Games products in their stores. Asmodee seems to be taking back the rights to the online sales of their products, and if you notice on larger retailers like Amazon, a lot of those products like Fantasy Flight's X-Wing game is sold by them at often a cheaper price than what comes out at the retail stores. There could be a number of different trains of thought as to why they're doing this. Could be maybe Asmodee Games is trying to hold all the retail sales to themselves and not compete with other retailers around. It could also be a way of reinvigorating consumers to go back to the brick-and-mortar stores. Definitely a need as online sales become a stronger competitor for local brick-and-mortars to stay alive. Now this could be a way of saying, hey, consumer, go spend your money here. A number of different things could be going on, and we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about why you think Asmodee would be making these changes, and is there potential for them to lose a lot of consumers and customers because of this change, and is there a possibility that some brick and mortars could really suffer from no longer being able to carry their products? Let us know what you think in the comments. Fun news! Now I'm done.
This week in video releases, Monday we're going to have On the Board. This video is going to release.
Meta!
Tuesday, we're going to have Star Wars, the First Order TIE Fighter. Going to have an overview of that. Wednesday, we'll have testing on the Zim 4 with Halo 5, which is a converter that lets you attach a keyboard and mouse to your Xbox. We're going to have a general overview and thoughts. Thursday, we're going to have an X-Wing Let's Play Mission 10, Get In and Get Out, of the YT2400 expansion. Friday is going to be the X-Wing tutorial for learning about offboarding. And Saturday is going to be Turning Point gameplay for the new Jakku release for Star Wars Battlefront.
Beep, 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 beep. Woo!
For Kickstarter of the week, there's Rebirth, a game that's coming out of Ireland under the name Adam McCarthy, but really it's a 4-person group developing this game. The idea behind it is it's a space game. The Earth has been just wiped out. There's been this Holocene level extinction event. And 4 astronauts, 4 intrepid astronauts, are sent back and to bring back DNA samples in order to recolonize Mars. Recolonize. What's really cool about the game, and makes it rather unique, is that along with being a card game with multiple decks, there's also an app that you would stick onto a tablet or a phone, I guess. And while you're playing, it has a timer for the different phases. It'll be playing music, sort of ambient noises. And actually, honestly, that sounds pretty cool to me. I'm the one who picked it out. Better. Rebirth.
And that's everything for this episode of On the Board. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to one of these buttons here and like the other videos that we do. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Great Escape Games. They help us produce all these wonderful videos for y'all, and we really appreciate them. So give them some love. Check out their site in the description below. Thanks, everyone. Bye.